Potent Pondering back with another video. Yo, please come in, thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I do uploads. If y'all always wonder I'll be looking like that, it's just this the side screen. So I'm just trying to make sure everything is okay. So listen, we got a few topics I want to talk about. Make sure that you thumbs up this video, watch it to the end. I want to talk about DDG Diddy update. Today is the day 28 on the Diddy case. Also want to touch on Cardi B too. Ooh, I can't wait to talk about her. And I hope that y'all feel me when I talk about it. But first thing first, let's talk about the DDG and Halle Bailey nasty custody battle, right? So they're going through a custody battle right now. Halle was approved, sole custody, temporary, whatever. And she's overseas in Italy for 8 weeks shooting a movie with baby Halo over there. Now, let me just tell you something, especially with that baby being so young. I understand, and I'm not dismissing anything that Halle and DDG done been through, physical or whatever, right? But I believe that the early times of when the child is growing, it's important that they have their mother and their father, right? And I commend DDG for even wanting to put in a request to go over to Italy to see his baby. Why not? Like, yo, let me just tell you something, right? First and foremost, I was a fan of Halle and her sister when they were doing the YouTube videos and they were singing. I thought that they were really dope, right? I never was really a fan, like even during the whole Little Mermaid wave and all of that, I never really got into them. But the thing is that now with this whole case going on and seeing how hard she's trying to go, like, he's trying to get the visitation, or he's trying to go over there to visit his son. He could just easily be over here streaming and just waiting the 8 weeks. He wants to see his son within the 8 weeks. That's 2 months. You know what I mean? I believe that, that he does play a vital role in his son's life. And this does show how much that he does stand up. Let the man be a father, And the thing that turned me off the most, was the fact that, I was reading this article and it stated that his mother is an enabler, so they want some sort of they want the visit monitored because the mother is an enabler. Do you have the mother recorded as Halle being beat by DDG and her enabling, like, oh, that's okay, beat her ass, or whatever the case may be? Like, what does that mean? And the courts actually approved of it, and she was allowed. They were allowed to use that reason for DDG to have some sort of monitor visits. So let's get into that. So DDG requests permission to visit his son while in Italy with Halle Bailey. And a new breakthrough in the bitter custody battle between DDG and Halle Bailey. The latter has requested permission to visit their son, Halo, while in Italy while she shoots the movie. DDG born Dwayne Granberry Jr. and his lawyer had filed a visitation in Los Angeles today on the 24th. Bailey was previously granted temporary sole custody of baby Halo. Bailey is currently in Rome for 2 months. Come on. To me, I feel like Halle, she has that energy where she's going to use that baby to hurt him. And that's foul. That's foul. Any other type of man, if he didn't care, he'd be like, she got the baby over there. Oh, well, no, he want to see his baby. He need to put eyes on that baby. No, I don't approve of that at all. And I understand. See, some people I spoke to, they feel as though if he was abusive to her, which we don't know, he showed that she was abusive to him too. We don't know. Listen, 3 sides to a story. Her side, his side, and the truth. We don't know. So DDG's lawyer filed, and told the judge that he wished that DDG wanted to visit the child at the end of the month and have his mother, baby Halo's grandmother there, as supervision. He wanted to use the mother as supervision. The judge granted his request, but stipulated that a professional monitor should be present with the visits. Instead, they stated that to the lawyers, and he stated that, it came from Halle's lawyer that his mother had a history of enabling. Listen, I understand. Listen, my mom got all boys. I've seen enabling where it's just like you see something that your son did and you don't, really hold them to it or whatever. It's a lot of different ways that you enable. You can enable somebody by giving them money or just not really, giving them consequences for errors or, things that bad character or whatever, right? Every parent has their flaws. I want to know, did DDG's mom enable him to beat her or anything like that? I just don't get it. So both parties' lawyers are now searching for professional monitors because now they have to have a monitor. Come on, man. Listen, I commend DDG. I hope that he don't give up, and I hope that he just doesn't allow Halle to just run off with the baby and her to try to use the baby as a pawn. Like, oh, I got the baby. Like, that could literally drive a person crazy. And I think based off of what we've seen, the text messages where she's typed up about him. Listen, I'm being neutral in this, but I do believe a dad has the right to see his son. And just the mere fact that he's trying, it proves, and I hope that that stands up in court when they do go for custody too. It proves. So anyway, get in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. Do you think DDG should be able to go over to Italy while she's shooting this movie? 2 months is a long time. That's 8 weeks. That's 8 weeks. Like when my nieces, when they were younger, and even though they lived with their mother, they seen my brothers every weekend. Every weekend they came through my mother's house. Dinner was made. It's like we had a routine every weekend. Dads went to see their kids. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. The next thing I want to move on to, let's talk about this situation with Diddy. Like I said, day 28. The prosecution rests their case today. The defense rests their case today. Now they're supposed to be getting into final arguments, or on Thursday, and then it's going to go into deliberation. So listen, I want to know how you feel about this. Do you think that Diddy is dead to right? Do you think that the RICO was proven? Do you think that the sex trafficking was proven? How do you feel about that? Let's get into this article from TMZ. So it says Diddy Trial highlights prosecution and defense rest their cases. So after 28 days of intense witness testimony, prosecution and the defense in the Diddy criminal trial in New York have rested their cases, and they are approaching closing arguments. Prosecution rested the case today after their 34th and final witness, which was a special agent from Homeland Security investigations, and the defense rested without calling a single witness. And this was so crazy about it, right? Diddy did not testify in his case, and they said that it wouldn't be wise of him, because that prosecution would have tore him a new one. So he didn't testify in his case, right? But Diddy did not testify, but he did briefly speak up in the court, talking about thank you to the lawyer, he did a good job. What you trying to get him up into a all right, so he confirmed. So listen, Diddy stood up. He confirmed his decision not to testify. He said that the judge was doing that he thanked the judge for doing an excellent job. Shut that up, Diddy. Shut it up. That Bad Boy Founders army of lawyers filed a standard motion to get the judge to acquit Diddy before the jury got their hands on the case. And they stated that there was reasonable, that their attorneys argued that the prosecution did not prove that the charges were beyond reasonable doubt, and almost certainly going to end with a verdict from a jury of Diddy's peers. So they're saying that they did not prove beyond a reasonable doubt the RICO and the trafficking. I think they did. But you know what I've learned from listening to different channels? I listen to so many different channels that cover the Diddy case. A lot of people don't see the RICO, but a lot of people don't see abuse. A lot of people don't see the narcissism in other people and in situations in your real life. So people see different things. People process. That's one thing I noticed with people. They process information in different ways. I personally do see the RICO. I personally do see the trafficking. I do think that Diddy lived a lifestyle where, this was probably his norm. But unfortunately, I believe that they have him on a technicality. And I think that Diddy is going down. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about that situation as it pertains to Diddy. 28 days. And now the prosecution rests their case. The defense rests their case. They're about to go into closing arguments on Thursday. And then, the deliberation is going to be on the way. I think that Diddy is going to go away. I think that he is. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think about that, and let's move on. So the next thing I want to talk about is Cardi B. So Cardi B is out there in Europe. Stefan Diggs is out there. She acting like he treating her like a princess out in some castle or something that they staying at or whatever. I'm going to give my commentary on this, and I just want to know how you feel. So let's watch this video real quick.
Oh, why this man got to stay in a castle? I'm talking about a real castle. Look at this. Look at this. This is a real fucking castle. I wonder if Marie Antoinette was getting fucked all down here. All up in this bitch. Look at that. There's real crocodiles in there. Mind you, I've been to like every time I go to Europe, I can never go to Versailles, or I can never go see the Tudor Castle in England. He said, if you want castle, bitch, I'll give you all the castle, bitch. Go sleep with the castle, bitch. So crazy.
This shit remind me of a movie.
You sit all the way over at the end while I stare at you.
Look how beautiful. This man is so adventurous. He got us in a fucking castle. Like, look at this. Like, I can't believe we staying in some place like this. This is insane. Gee. Child, look at the toilet, child. Ooh. This is the toilet. This is where I'm gonna take the royal shit. And this is where I'm gonna wash my royal hiney. This man got me in a castle. I'm talking a real castle.
This man got me in a castle. I'm talking a real castle. You can't even talk. First and foremost, let me just say this. Everybody deserves love. Everyone falls in love sometime. Everybody deserves love. You know what I really think about this, right? I feel a few ways about it. Right? First thing first. If you see that Stefon Diggs was there, it looked like he was there with a crew of people. So she said he got us in a castle. He didn't pick that castle just for y'all. It looked like he had some people there. I don't know if they was practicing football and all of that, but they was doing their own little thing. So I felt like, you know, he probably found that place on Groupon and they probably just booked it up and got Cardi up in there, you know. The other part about it that I feel as though she's trying to show off in her stories and make it seem like, you know, to offset that she got this dude and he's renting castles and, you know, she's out there with no hassle. You know what I'm saying? She out there doing something that Offset probably, I'm pretty sure they've done things like that before too, but it's all a flex. She's showing out. She's showing off. But this is the part I really want to get into, right? And I just want to say this. Cardi was out there at Canis Leon's, right? When she performed her song Outside, right? She's outside with Stefon Diggs. She was out there in Canis Leon's, right? Okay, I get it. That's work. Her single was coming out. She had to push the single. She's working. I get it. You flew all the way to France just to do that, just for some sort of favor for Spotify. I got my eyes on that situation too, right? But the thing about it was after that, she then flew to Paris and she's there with Beyonce and them, right? Just follow me just to see the build up what I'm about to say. She's over there in Paris and for the Beyonce concert. Mind you, this is the second Beyonce concert she went to. Cardi B has also went to the Renaissance tour, right? Follow me. So she went to the concert. Now today, which is like 2 days later, because that was like 2 days ago. And you know, she could have posted this story. This could have been from yesterday or whatever. You know how these celebrities do. They post or whatever, right? Now she posts these videos today being in a castle and all of that. Castle with no hassle. And I get it. Live your life and do that. But, and I'm going to say this and somebody might not like this, right? But I think about how that video that I seen online where it was like Cardi with her daughter. And she was like, no, I got to go. We got to stay rich. You got to make money or whatever. No funny shit. You deserve happiness, but you're literally wasting time overseas with Stefon Diggs. Also, he won't put phallus up into another V-hole, into another girl. Cardi, you about to be busy, and I'm saying this in the best way. She's about to be busy. She's about to be coming out with her album. Wouldn't it be wise to spend all of your time with your kids so that when it really get thick, you over here in the castle, like you can't rent that shit off Groupon yourself. Like you can't go on Hotel Tonight and rent that yourself. It's like, you know, I had this conversation with one of my coworkers. Let me know in the comments if you've ever met somebody that was like this. And she be keeping it real with her friend. Like, yo, we went out to a happy hour before. And she was just like, yo, she was like, you want to do, she was like, I like going out with you on happy hour, but it's like every time you want to get out and it's almost like you're running from your life at home. She said, girl, when you go home, the kids are still going to be there. And I feel like that's what Cardi, it's like, get it, trust me, I understand. She deserves happiness. Stefon Diggs really feeling her or whatever, good for her, right? But you got 3 kids, and I know he got kids too, and maybe that's where y'all get it in, and y'all, you know, y'all mesh, because, you know, I got mad kids, you got mad kids. Cardi got mad kids, she got 3 kids. One thing, and I don't even want to insert this, but I'm not even going to say the name, but there's one female rapper who I really love because she has a son, and I feel like she never left her son's side. When she's on tour, the son was on tour with her. It's like she didn't play that. It's like, you know, Nannies was just kind of funny or whatever, but when it comes to Cardi, it seemed like she will take any type she will take any opportunity to get away from them kids. And I don't think that's right. And I'm saying that from the best way. And a fan could hear this and be like, well, she have to work. She got to do this. Listen, she not working over there. She over there in the castle. I can't believe you got me in the castle. Like, you really, come on, Cardi. You know you probably got just as much, or she probably got just as much money as he does. Like, that castle is not impressive. You could rent that out and bring the kids out there. Listen, I think that I'm coming from a good place, because based on what she's trying to like project and saying that, you know, her schedule is about to be busy, you don't got time to be sitting up in no castle with no damn Stefan Diggs. He gonna be digging somebody else out when you go away anyway. So what is it? You playing him close so that he won't get up in nobody else? Listen, let me just tell you something. Let me tell you real talk, and I'm gonna tell you real talk from personal experience. My niece, who's graduating 18 years old this year, right? Her mom lived a very busy lifestyle, and she always kept my niece hair in braids. My niece said this year, she was just like, she don't really have no memories of her mom doing XYZ, because her mom kept her hair in braids and she kept her so busy all the time. She don't have that maternal memory of her mom brushing her hair out, combing, putting ponytails and all that. And my niece told me that at the age of 18, so you can tell that bothers her. You can't think just because you're getting money and your daughter is showing up in Louis Vuitton bags and umbrellas on Instagram and you posting the pretty pictures, pretty little girl, very fortunate little girl, I'm blessed, but you got to think about the time. It's not all about the money. It's not just because you live in this big house, you see, mommy got to go away. And that's almost manipulation to a kid. If you like, mommy got to go away. You like living in this big house, right? You like having a dog, right? You like wearing the clothes you wear, right? That's manipulation, because let me tell you something. While that may be great that those kids are able to wear those clothing, they didn't ask to be here. And all of that stuff that you provide them is by default. All of that designer stuff that you provide them is due to inadequacy in you, and you feel as though that your child has to wear that due to inadequacy for you, because you just like, I'm who I am, so they have to wear that. That little girl will probably be happy in a pair of N1 sneakers, and you the one who beefed it up like that. And she's the oldest, you know. I'm talking about, she has 3 kids though. So it's just like, you focused on running around the world with this dude. Your album is in the pipeline to come out. You got downtime seemingly right now. Them kids should be with you. I don't care. You can say it's not my place to say it, but that's just how I personally feel. You overseas talking about, he got us in the castle, real life castle, this man. Go with your kids. And that's just my emotion and my feeling on it. Potent, pondering, never pandering. Get the comments. Let me know what you think about anything I touched on, from DDG to Diddy, and also to Cardi. She overseas in some Airbnb in some damn place you can get off Hotel Tonight or Groupon, talking about he got us in the castle, and she trying to gas his head up so much. She's trying to make Offset mad. Like, look what I'm doing. Shut that up. Shut it up. Potent, ponder, and subscribe to this channel. I'm up out of here. Peace.